Blow ye the trumpet in Zion. And sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Jeremiah, the second chapter. Jeremiah chapter 2, let's start at verse 36. Jeremiah 2:36, read on.
Why gaddest thou about so much to change thy way?
Read it again.
Why gaddest thou about so much to change thy way?
Exactly. Why are we going about everywhere so we can change our ways? We don't need to change our ways. The way of the Most High is perfect. We don't need another way. We don't need to go on every place, every corner, to every nation trying to change our ways. Okay? Why got us abroad to change your ways? We don't need to do that, man. We need to stick to the way of the Most High. Okay? Read it again for me.
Why gaddest thou about so much to change thy way?
Exactly. Our people are everywhere, looking to every other custom, every other way, but not the way of the Most High. Why not? Why are we going everywhere to change our ways? We need to stick to the way of the Most High. All right? Let's move on to let's go to Proverbs the 3rd chapter real quick. Proverbs the 3rd chapter. Let's read verse 31.
Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Do not envy the way of the oppressor. Read.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. That's what the Most High command us. Why? Because the way of the other nations are evil. The ways of the Gentiles are evil. They are worshiping other gods. So the Most High command us not to go after the ways of the other nations. Why are we looking into the ways of the other nations? The oppressed, those who are oppressing us. Why are we looking up to them to do anything when we should be looking in the scriptures and see what the Most High says and do? Okay? Read it again for me.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Exactly. His ways are evil. We're going to show that. Go to Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1. Start at verse 15 and 16.
Proverbs 1 verse 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil. And
their feet runs to evil. That's why we're not to copy the ways of the Gentiles. We're not to copy the ways of the other nations. Their ways are evil. Their ways leads you to other gods. Okay? Which the Most High cursed us from. We're not to worship other gods. We're not to go about the other nations' ways. Read again.
For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain their net is spread in the sight of any bird. Verse 16. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood.
Exactly. They shed blood everywhere they go. Okay? They're not worried about you. Matter of fact, they're going to destroy you too. So why are you following a nation that's destroying you? Why are you following their custom when they are destroying you? But guess what? If you following their ways and not the way of the Most High God, the Most High will punish you for it. Let's go to 2 Maccabees real quick. 2 Maccabees 4. We're going to show you how the Most High will punish you because you're following the ways of the other nations. 2 Maccabees in the Apocrypha. Let's start 2 Maccabees 4, So it's from 15 to 17.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Greeks best of all.
And we know the Greeks are Gentiles. Our people love the way of the other nations. They set aside the way of the Most High God, and they choose the ways of the Gentiles. Read.
Verse 16. By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them.
By reason a sore calamity came upon them, because they're following the way of the other nations. Why can't we follow our own ways? The Hebrew way, the Most High way, perfect. Nothing wrong with the Most High way. The custom He given us, why can't we follow it? Okay? We need to stick with the way of the Most High God. You know?
For they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly.
Whose custom they followed so earnestly. And we shouldn't be following the custom of the Gentiles. Jeremiah 10 let you know not to learn the way of the Gentiles. Learn not the way of the heathen. Okay? On every level, we're not to follow the way of the Gentiles. On every level. Through their gods, through their custom, through their style, we're not to follow their ways. The Most High will punish us if we follow their ways. We are committed not to follow their ways, but our people are following their ways. And a curse will come upon you. What's wrong with wearing fringes? Okay? What's wrong with wearing a garment? This is the way the Most High had given us, and we need to follow it. What's wrong with following the law of the Most High God? Why are we rejecting the law of the Most High God to follow the law of the Gentiles? Huh? We need to come back to the Father and follow His ways, man. What are you getting from y'all?
By reason, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things.
In all things, our people desire to be like the other nations. We are not supposed to do that, man. In all things, man, we like to be just like them. We like to copy their ways. And let me tell you, their ways are filthy. Their ways is an abomination to the Most High. So why are you following a way that's an abomination to the Most High God? They worship idols. They don't keep God's law. Why are we following their ways? Why are we following their custom? We need to stick to our way, the way the Most High gave us, which is written in the Bible. That's the way we need to follow, man. Jeremiah chapter 2, let's read verse 23.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 23.
Let's start 33.
Verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Why are you trying to please every nation? Why are you trying to change your ways to seek love? Okay? Why are you trying to go after the other nations to please them so they can love you? Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Come back to the Father who loves you. Come back to your nation. Okay? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Come back to the 12 tribes. And let's love one another. Because the other nations will not love you like Israel will love you. Where did you get it from?
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
We're trying to please every nation but our own. We're trying to please everybody but our own people. That's what we're trying to do. But why are we doing that, man? We're not supposed to. Read.
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way.
We also taught the wicked ones our ways. We also taught the wicked nations our ways as well. Okay, let's go to Proverbs 17 and 9. Proverbs 17 and 9.
Proverbs 17 and 9. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love.
That's one of the reasons why we're seeking love everywhere. We forsake the Most High's law. We are sinning. We are transgressing. We are transgressing the law. Therefore, we're looking everywhere for love. Okay? Because of sin, we're looking everywhere else for love. Do it again for me.
He that covereth a transgression seeketh love.
He that hideth a sin, they seek it for love. Because they're not keeping God's law. Read.
But he that repeateth a matter separateth very threat.
Let's go to 2 Maccabees 11 now. 2 Maccabees 11. Let's start at 24. Second Maccabees 11, let's start at 24 and 25.
We understand also that the Jews would not consent to our father.
This is Antiochus talking. Read.
For to be brought unto the custom of the Gentiles.
They understand that the Jews, which are us, they understand that we are not going to follow their custom, their ways. Read.
But had rather keep their own manner of living.
We rather keep our own manner of living, keeping the law of the Most High God, keeping our own custom, wearing fringes, so on and so forth. We rather keep our own custom instead of keeping the custom of the Gentiles. Read on.
For the which cause they require of us, that we should suffer them to live after their own laws.
Read on.
Wherefore our mind is that this nation shall be in rest. And we have determined to restore them their temple, that they may live according to the customs of their forefathers.
So again, we need to come back to the custom of our forefathers instead of following the way of the other nations. We need to come back to our own custom, our own ways. And let me tell you, man, the way of the Most High God is perfect. The way, and the nations, they know it too. They know our ways is different. Man, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. They know our ways is different, man. But they want you to follow their ways, which is evil. They want us to follow their ways. Let's start at the 12th verse. Wisdom of Solomon 2, start at verse 12.
Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. And he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of God.
And we do. We're letting everyone know we do have the knowledge of the Most High God. We have the knowledge. The law is the knowledge of the Most High God. We have that knowledge. Read on.
And he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
We are the sons of the living God. We are the Israelites. We are the true Jews of the Bible. And we're not afraid to say who we are, because the Most High pour His Spirit upon us. And we're going to prophesy and let the whole world know who we are. Read.
He was made to reprove our thoughts.
We were made to be a light unto the Gentiles, man. We were made to fix them. We were made to let them know not to worship idols. We were made to let them know, come to these true laws, follow the righteous law of the Most High God. We were made again to be a light unto the other nations, man. Read.
He is grievous unto us, even to behold.
They can't stand us, man. It's written in the Bible. They can't stand us. So why are you trimming your way to seek love when they can't stand you, man? They don't love you. The Most High loves you. Therefore, come back to the Father, man. They can't even stand us, man. They can't look at us, man. They hit us. They hit our ways, our custom, the way we dress, everything, man. Read.
For his life is not like other men's.
Our lives are not like the lives of other men. We have a different way of living. We have a holy way of living, which the Most High commanded us to. Read.
His ways are of another fashion.
Our ways are of another fashion, man. The way we dress. We speak scripture. Okay? We dress differently. We wear fringes. We worship different days. We don't eat the same thing. So we are different, man. Read it again for me. What verse you at?
Verse 15. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
Read on.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness.
We know that their ways is like filthy. ways of the other nations. It's filthiness, man. They don't deal with no law. We have a righteous law that we abide by, which is the law that the Heavenly Father given us, man. Read it again for me.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed.
We pronounce that the end of the just will be blessed. We're letting everyone know, listen, if you're keeping God's law, the Most High will bless you. And you're going to be safe keeping God's law.
Amen.
Read.
And maketh his boast that God is his Father.
And we're going to boast all day. Okay? If we boast, we boast in the Lord. We are the sons of the living God. We are the children of Israel. If we boast in the Lord. Read it again for me.
He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his Father. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Man, let's go back to Jeremiah. Let's go back to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. Go back to Jeremiah chapter 2. Let's read. Let's start at verse 11.
Verse 11. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11. Hath the nation changed their gods, which are not yet no God?
Has the other nation changed their gods? That's no. They never changed their gods. The other nations never changed their gods.
Read. But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit.
But we change our gods. We are going after the gods of the other nations. We should not be doing that stuff, man. We change our gods. We change the way of the Father. Read it for me, brother, from the top.
Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit.
Exactly. Now let's go to 2 Samuel. We are not to change our God. We need to stick to our way, the way of the Most High God. All right? 2 Samuel, the 22nd chapter. Start at verse 31. 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 31. As for God, his way is perfect.
As for the Most High God, his way is perfect. And that's the way we need to follow. Okay? Because his way is perfect. There is no other way, man, but the way of the Father. Read.
The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him.
The word of the Most High God is a protector for all those who trust in him. If you trust in the Father, his word will protect you. Okay? The word of the Most High will protect you. The word of the Most High will guide you. If you're willing to trust in him. If you're willing to give up the ways of the other nations and come and follow him. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 4. We need to come back to the Father, man. Leave the ways of the other nations. Leave the custom of the other nations. That's what we need to do, man. Because the word of the Most High God is perfect. There is no unrighteousness in the Father. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 4. He is a rock. He is the rock. His work is perfect.
The work of the Most High
For
again is
all his
perfect.
ways are judgment.
All his ways are justified. All his ways are justice and judgment. Read.
A God of truth and without iniquity.
A God of truth and without sin. So we need to come back to this true God and follow his ways instead of the ways of the other nations, man. The nations that are oppressing you right now as we speak. You are being oppressed, not even realizing it, just because you are able to buy something for 50 cents. You think you're good, man. You're not good. Come back to the true Father and follow his ways. Come back to your true origin. Come back to your true God. The book of Micah, chapter 4 and 5.
Micah chapter 4, verse 5. For all people will walk, every one in the name of his God.
Every nation will walk in the name of their God, man. Every nation will walk in the name of their God. Who are you going to walk on by, Israel? What God are you going to walk by? Is it Easter? Is it Christmas? Which God has you chosen? Okay? Every nation will walk in their gods, in the way of their gods. The Muslim will walk in the way of their gods. Okay? The Chinese will walk in the way of their gods. European will walk in the way of their gods. What about you, Israel? Which God do you belong to? Which God? We'll get from the top.
For all people will walk, every one, in the name of his God.
Read.
And we will walk in the name of the Lord our God.
And us who know who we are, we want to walk in the name of Ahaya. This is our God. This is the God who delivers us from Egypt. That's the God who is now with us. Okay? This is the God we need to follow, man. Every nation will always follow their gods. They will never change their gods, man. But we'll follow it them. Don't you know once you start following the other nations, you're also going to follow their gods, man? You're going to follow their gods as well. So we need to come back to our God so we can follow the true God, man. Leave the way of the other nations alone and come back to the true God.